Oh, live on YouTube first of always. Hey everybody, it's Lewis Porter Jr. Tonight is a very weird night. I know you saw the title, well, maybe you didn't see the title, but I literally just like 2 minutes ago finished doing another show, and now I'm doing my show. Yeah, it's kind of crazy doing so many shows. I must admit, it's a crazy thing, but it's good. Friends asked me to do a show, so I said, hey, I'll do the show. It's that simple. That's how simple and awesome it should be. All right, so what are the cool things that are going on right now? We'll talk about our usual stuff. I'll talk about some more, of course, I'll talk about some more organized play. Oh, I just got an email. That's kind of important. All right, so boom, let's start off. Oh, wait a minute, as always, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Lewis Porter Jr. You're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. It's Wednesday, the 12th. Let's see what's the first thing up. Boom, we're going to talk about 2 Kickstarters. And I just got a notice for one of them. Bloodlines and Black Magic just sent out their little email. So they're 46 hours away till this thing's ending. So if you want to support them, now's the time. Don't be wasting. I'm telling you, put your money in. You're going to get a good product. Jay's a good guy, so I know it's going to be awesome. It is ready to go. I said, then, pay, support. It's a modern game. Look, you're going to support it, but you want to like it. Let's just call it like it is. Let's not act like people don't know. So support. Boom. Next up, our buddies over at Arcanus. They are, how many more days left for them? 9 days left. They just cracked 50,000. 50,000. And then once again, they have the audacity to be starting at the same time as me. I'm not angry with them because they're friends. But how dare you have the show when I'm doing the show? My goodness, so my. They also put up more goals. They put up, which I think is kind of cool. The next from 50,000, they just reached 2 new races. They're gonna be adding more expanded core material at 53,000, GM screen PDF at 55,000, and at 61,000 Codex of the Mind. So they're doing this more psionic. So boom. They got stuff coming out. Like I said, they got days still left, so it's going to be a crazy time. All right, and as always, let me talk about my 2 threads since I keep talking about this lately. My threads on organized play. Yes, I know some people are like, well, Lewis, why do you keep talking about organized play? It's like, because we're doing organized play. Yes, when I say we're doing organized play, I mean poor myself and poor Michael McCarthy I've been beating with sticks, getting him. We're doing this thing. We're going to have this thing. It's going to work like this, and this is what we're going to do. So he's been very excited about that. So we keep focusing on that. Look, I'm trying to make the best thing possible, and it's tough. I know the feeling, but like I said, tapped out is, it happens. It happens. The stuff, and this is the thing that always hurts me. You want to help a Kickstarter, you can't because you're tapped. I know that feeling. I mean, good Lord, we all do. But remember, the books are also coming in stores, so you can pick them up then too. So don't think like you can only pick them up in the Kickstarters. They come in stores. Ooh, look, I got a receipt from one of the Kickstarters I just paid for. My Deadlands one, so Deadlands 20th anniversary, I had to buy it, that wasn't even a question. Because I've been a fan for years, and without them, a lot of little people don't know, without them, I wouldn't have done any role-playing games. It was the guys at Pinnacle that inspired me to do stuff. So, of course, I had to support them. That wasn't even a quick question. All right, so tonight, I really don't have a lot to talk about because like I said, I spent an hour just talking about stuff, and I was like, ooh, I didn't really prep the way I should. So we can talk about cool stuff. We can talk about ideas and problems I'm dealing with development. Let's talk about that because that's came up tonight. So a lot of you know that we're working the New Exodus campaign guide for a living, and I was looking for artwork specifically. If you look at the, do I have to reach for it? I'm gonna have to reach for it. Hold on for a second. Ta-da! If you look at the New Exodus book, one of the things, and this is the color version, I suggest getting the color version for this. One of the cool things that we added to it that was really great were these nice little image sigils, icons, whatever, because I really wanted, that started, okay. Have you ever wondered why I did this kind of thing? This kind of came up from when White Wolf was doing it. They did like icons and iconography. That I think was a cool idea, and I really think it played in really well with the setting itself. So I thought, like, hey, we should do something like that for New Exodus. And I did it initially for Haven, City of Violence. I've done it for New Exodus. It's. I think it helps with the actual playability. It makes it very cool. I like it. I've always liked it. So that worked out. So of course, we're doing our whole new system for the organized play. We have different patrons, and of course, one of the patrons we have was one of the original ones we did from the book, the Crown Council. The Crown Council. And we added 5 new ones, and they're all basically attached to certain empires and certain factions. We're also open to add maybe 2 more. One of the 2 that we'd like to add, let me see if I can look at it real quick, because I would like to add, because I think it's a cool sigil. I keep calling them sigils. I like the word sigil, it just comes out to me. The one I would like to do, where are you? Boom, boom, boom. All the bad guys. Oh, I didn't even realize that was in there. Boom. Section Omega. Sorry, you didn't it. Section Omega. That's our Psychor for us. The other one, since I really would most likely be the Order of Kaga, which I can take it. Order of Kaga probably the second one. Those are the two we're going to add. We don't have them actually as factions yet, but those will probably be two of the factions we'll add later. The factions we have now, we changed the name of the original factions names. I wasn't a big fan of the original names. I thought they were a little too complex and didn't really promote it the way I wanted to. So this is why we renamed a lot of them. We have the LCM, the Blood Templars, the Cardinal's Hand, the Crown Council, the Emerald Legion, and the Wolves of Bronze. And they usually correspond to specific worlds and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping we can get some icons made. The problem is the gentleman who made our original ones can't make these. He's too busy, which is like, oh no. So I've got to find somebody else to make the new ones, which has me worried because I want them to kind of match. So I've got to send them the ones we did, and you can take a look at those and kind of match them up, and then look at the icons they're supposed to be based off of, and that'll be kind of cool. But I'm hoping. Oh, that's right. If you don't know who it is, let me actually put his. I'm gonna put his website up. If I can find it real quick. Boom. He changed it. Yeah, he changed it. Looks like. No, yeah, they changed it. Boom, there it is. All right. So yeah, so the person I'm talking about is the awesome Lance Red. Lance has done a lot of work for me for a lot of projects. He's one of my favorite artists. I love like promoting him. I pimped him out so many times it's kind of ridiculous. He did all the icons for this and all the flags that we did. We did standards, flags, and these icons, and he did both of them, and he did tons of them for us. So I want him to do these other ones because, of course, they're badass cool. I mean, most people don't have actual standards that have icons that go with it. We do, so I want to promote that. So I want him to do some more, but he says he's busy, and I'm like, don't be busy. I want you to do them. So this is where we are right now. But I'm hoping that he can do them very soon, and I can be very, very happy. And this will be very great. I just think it's going to be awesome. So yeah, so we're going to add like probably you're trying to get two factions. Okay, so here's something I was talking about today with some buddies of mine at the local comic book store. Also game publishers and developers. So it's kind of a nice conversation. And I'm talking about like how many people do I think I can generate interest in this organized play on Kickstarter? And it was like, oh, I don't know. And I mean, really, we're looking. Our initial goal is $6,000, which I think we can reasonably reach. That's not a problem. That's not really a problem. But really, I'd like us to possibly get to 50,000. Now, I know a lot of you are laughing like, geez, Lou, 50,000? Like, yeah, 50,000. Because with 50,000, we can pretty much, we'll have the first 2, if not 3 years paid for, everything done, a lot of other cool stuff to it. But that being said, I want that number because we really want to add some really cool stuff to this. I mean, look, I am, for a lack of a better term, going to be going head-to-head versus Paizo. And, maybe you didn't know, I'm one guy in a room with books within reach, and Paizo's a large corporation up in Seattle doing very, very well. But I think it's possible that we could be a great alternative to people who want to play Pathfinder Society. I think people who play Pathfinder Society like the way it plays. And we're trying to play, like, have the same kind of feel that it plays, but we're trying to tell different stories. I think we're going to have a very immersive game. I think it's going to be very, very political. I think we're going to add some stuff to the game that most people didn't expect. I think people are going to be happy playing Neo Exodus. In our setting, definitely. I think they'll also be happy they can bring over characters they started in one and come into ours. And it makes total sense because we built Neo Exodus to be a place where people can travel from and to. And we built in portals for that. So, having elves there, not a surprise. Having not a surprise. Having very rare races there, not a surprise. That being said, we also have our own races that we all like to promote too. There's a war going on in this setting. There's battles going on. There's reasons for things to happen. Things just don't happen willy-nilly. There are actual reasons, and they connect. And when you do stuff, it actually matters. That's one of the things that always gripe a lot of people who I know who played Pathfinder Society and other organized play. Like, what I did didn't matter. And, I pretty much thought that didn't make any sense. It's like, you should be doing stuff that matters. Anything you do should matter. It should have an effect. It should have something play to it. It's important. It's important, not just in words, but it's important to understand that what you do matters in the game so much so that you could do things that are devastating. They could have long-term effects that you didn't even expect or plan. Also, let me put this little link up. Paizo. This is a link. Paizo. LPJ design. It's like a type fat. It'd be better. I mean, what you do in the game should matter. And a lot of people just say, "Oh, I just want to kill the monster, get the treasure, keep moving." But we want to tell more of a story. We want to tell much of a much deeper story, much deeper story. So Michael and I have been talking about, year zero. That's going to be the stuff that we're probably going to be finishing up over most likely the summer, starting the summer, hoping through Winter Fantasy and maybe going all the way to 2018 Origins, because we'd like to have everything set, ready, and done for a release at Gen Con 2018. We're really going to try to push to get us there, try to get this whole thing done so you can see the entire world. You'll be playing, we'll have like probably 9 adventures that you'll be playing before you start year 1. So you get to see your characters, see how they start out. And honestly, I'm hoping that we can either start year 1. We're still talking about this too. If we're going to start year 1 at level 1 or level 3. I think level 1 is kind of silly, but it's been a lot of time, building up to go. It's like, look, just go. Just start level 3. You played enough. You know what to play. You know how play is. And I don't want you worried about getting nicked and cut to death. That's just a waste of time. You start at level 3, you get a little more durability, you get a little more action. Let's play. And I think that would be better long term. Something else that we also put for ourselves, it's very, very simple. Our experience system is very, very simply put up. You earn 9 points of experience, you go up a level. Each adventure you play, each 4-hour adventure is worth 3. Something larger will be more. Like Cold Visitor, what's one of our biggest modules we have. That's worth 9 points. It's a whole full adventure. We're gonna do little encounters. They're gonna be worth 1. So, I don't expect everyone to play every adventure, but they possibly could. You could play every adventure and move it along, and story-wise. So, we're just gonna do our best to tell the best stories we can, because that's all our focus is. Tell the best stories, make really cool adventures, make really cool bad guys you haven't seen before, and make your actions matter. Because I want you to be invested in the game you're playing in. I don't want you just to go thinking like, oh, I'm going to go kill something else. I'm like, yeah, you can kill something else, but you didn't realize the thing you killed is actually really important because it actually affects this. And you're like, oh my God, what have I done? I want that to happen. I want you to be fearful and scared and terrified that you've done something horrible, because you have done something horrible. In certain situations, you do things that are horrible. So it can be a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this thoroughly. What can I say? My multiples of 3. Not just 1 and 0 instead of 3 and 9. Okay, that's a very fair question. We're doing the encounters we're doing. You can think of them as kind of as sidetracks. They're specifically going to be role-playing focused. That we want people who are fans of story. These are pieces for them. And usually, and so far, I know on year 1, we're planning to do 5 of them. So there was a point. It's not a full adventure. It's not something big and thing. It might be a social encounter. It might be a combat encounter, but usually it's probably going to be a social encounter. That's why. And why multiple of 3? I like the number 3. That's what we went with. We don't have a 6. We have a 3 and a 9, but I'm sure there will be somewhere we'll do a 6-point adventure. But if it's a 9-point adventure, Cold Visitor is a 9-point adventure. The history behind Cold Visitor, the original concept came when I pitched it to Lee Hammock saying I'd love to do the movie The Thing as an adventure for New Exodus. And we did one for 3.5. We modified it for New Exodus, and we updated it. So, and it's a full adventure. It's just like, if you like the movie The Thing, and the original, not the original one, not Thing from Another World, but the John Carpenter version, you will like this. It is, we have really made that an awesome, homage to it. So, you like John Carpenter? Yeah, you're going to like it. You like scary monsters? Yeah, you're going to like it. You don't like shape-changing things, you don't know who's what? You're going to like it. You like cold areas and paranoia? We got that too. It is really that adventure. Because for a long time, I planned to do all the classic sci-fi monster movies as adventures. I thought that'd be just a cool thing. And Cold Visitor was one of the first ones we did, and we never really kind of spun out. Well, we kind of did. We kind of did some stuff of it, but not as much as I wanted to. But it was a plan. It was something to do, something fun. So yeah, that's why I picked 3. So those social encounters will be standalones. They'll be standalones, but they'll be tied to the story. So, we might do one specifically about, Section Omega. Here's some background about Section Omega you didn't know about. And like I said, you don't have to put in encounters. They're not mandatory, but there's some people who want, less hack and slash. They want to do more role playing, more interact. We find out what's really deeper underneath the story. What's going on behind the things I really don't know about. That's what the encounters are for. They're for us to go really behind the curtain and show you something that you didn't have to know. But now that you know, you now understand what you're doing is even more so dangerous, more so scary, more so important. So that's it. That's why I focused that one. I like that stuff because the ideas we have, oh, they're gonna be awesome. We got some awesome ideas for you. Oh, the idea is so good. And like I said, we're doing year one now, so I got. See, I don't want to tell you what's going on because I don't want to ruin it for you. But Michael and I had a discussion yesterday, and after the discussion, we were like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna love us and they're gonna hate us for this." I'm like, "You damn right, they're gonna hate us for it." And I cannot wait to hear them scream about how much they hate us for what we did. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. And it's gonna be, it's gonna be actually good for play. It's not gonna be something stupid, but it's gonna be one of those things of like, holy cow. And and that's what we want. We want you to play the game in such a way that you leave the table and you're like, wait a minute. What just happened there? Did we just do this? I thought we did this. No, we did that. But does this mean that? I want that kind of, I don't want to call it confusion, but I want that kind of, disarray. Sure, but what about slow advancement? PFS is that's as a new company, I'm not gonna lie, we're not trying to do slow advancement initially. We're not really built for that. Like I said, I don't expect everyone to play out every adventure. I don't expect everyone to play certain things they're gonna do. We will have hard points and soft points also, which is like something we stole from Arcanus, which is like main storyline, and then stuff that just side stuff. And it's I said once again, we're not PFS. We're trying to steal some of the ideas we like for them, but then things we know that have to work a certain way, we put it a certain way. That's why we said 3 experience points. Now in the future, we might make adventures maybe 2-point adventure, maybe 1-point adventure, and focus that kind of stuff and add more of that stuff in. That is a potential. That is a possibility. But for right now, we're kind of just working. Look, we're a small team. We're going to work what works. If this takes off and we become a huge success, yeah, we can do other stuff. But like until that actually huge thing happens, we got to stick right in our lane, stick to our strength points, and boom, go like that. Whew. All right, I'm done now because it's been 17 minutes. I didn't even realize that. Like I said, I just finished one show and I did this show, so I'm tired already, and I haven't even eaten yet. And I haven't eaten since lunch, since I just realized that. Whew, so I am hungry, so I'm going to go eat. So tomorrow, of course, will be our Thursday show. I'm guessing there will be something interesting we'll be talking about because God knows it's the industry we work in. There's always something interesting. If not, I'll talk more organized play. I'm going to keep driving people crazy about organized play so everybody jumps on board of this Kickstarter and takes it. They think it's going to be awesome. That's my plan. Maybe that's a good plan, but it's my plan. So I'm hoping it works out. I'm hoping. All right. That's it, everybody. You have a good evening. As always, go kiss your mother and your father. Tell them you love them. You never know. Boom. Over here, subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe over here. Facebook, of course. Up front here, subscribe to us directly here, or subscribe to Lewis Porter Junior Design on Facebook. Either one is good. You'll get our notices every day. Well, the 4 days we film. We have 4 days, and that's about it. Oh, and like I said, I may not be a Thursday show, but I'm probably gonna do a Thursday show because this Friday's Good Friday. I want to do some stuff with Lucas, so maybe I might do a quick really freaky Friday show. Yes. Oh wow. Of course, my personal nurse is chastising me. I haven't eaten. Yes, I know that. I'm getting up to go eat. Jesus, if you have a personal nurse, make sure that she's not ex-military so she can't shoot you in the butt later on. Just saying. And with that, I'm leaving to go get my stuff. Lucas and I are going to a con on Friday. Most likely we'll actually see our buddy Jamal Eigel there. We're going to say hi to them. We might do some filming there and do some quick stuff, just quick chat stuff, and that'll be it. But that's it. I'm out of here. You all go have fun. I'll talk to you all later.